Russos brand family. We are family.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, I'm glad to announce and glad to say, let's sit back and let's pray. And with that said, guys, thank you for joining me for the latest edition of Inspired with Christopher. Because I'm too inspired to be wired, I'm too blessed to be stressed, but I must admit I'm too legit to quit. And that's right, guys. And this is going to be kind of like a freelance episode where I'm just speaking about things that are on my mind, things that have been going on lately, and good, bad, or indifferent, just things that are going on, and it's just amazing how God works, because who would have thought that less than 2 years ago, my father passed away, and which I was down in the dumps, and I was at my lowest, and that led me to try to kill myself, which that led me to going into the nut house, which that led me to just things spiraling out of control to the point that it nearly cost me my marriage, that it nearly cost me my kids, that it just nearly cost me my job, my life. All because I had such a difficult time with handling the reality that was put on me. And it's just crazy what a difference a year and a half makes, guys. What a difference. Okay? Recently, I just got some news that just blew me away. That was just wonderful. And that is thanks to some wonderful friends. Thanks to some people that really believe in me, that see the potential that this show has for helping others, for inspiring others, for helping people fulfill their potential for their life. The Inspired with Christopher podcast will be going to a new home starting on June 1st. I'll be honest with you guys, I can't quite say who it is yet, but I'm chomping at the bit to say it, because honestly, it's a bigger platform than what I'm on now. Meaning yes, I am on Google Play. Yes, I'm on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, the Russo family brand, and yes, for all that, I am grateful. But the place that I'm about to go to will give me the opportunity for me to be truly a pro podcaster, because this will give me an opportunity for me to make a steady income, a supplementary income that'll not only be wonderful, but it's a blessing that'll help myself and my family in various ways. And guys, that'll also help me get closer to my goal of raising that $3,000 for my surgery. So for that opportunity, those gentlemen, they gave it to me. You know who you are, guys. Thank you so much. I'm so unbelievably grateful, and I can't wait. And guys, the special announcement is coming soon. So then on top of the Inspired with Christopher podcast moving, I am in the process of developing 2 new podcasts to go with this podcast that I'm doing right now. And which, like, the wonderful thing about it is that these podcasts will have 2 of my brothers, not just my best friends, but like 2 of like my 3 brothers. No, wait, 4 brothers in life. Tim Giuliani and Kevin Tashuti. We're gonna be doing podcasts together, and which is just amazing, because not only will this give us another opportunity for us all to bond, but it's a great opportunity for us to share our personal journeys and where God like has led us, and why things have happened, and why we are so grateful for where we're at when it comes to our friends, family, jobs, just everything in general. We're going to talk about our beginnings with our friendships, like which is a funny story, because, like, the God honest truth is that Tim, he really didn't like me at first, but it's crazy what they say. Like, they say that opposites attract, and now 14 years later, we don't live in, like, the same state no more, but, like, and we can literally go weeks, like, without talking, but as soon as, like, we pick up that phone, it's like our friendship never skipped a beat. And, like, the same goes, like, with Kevin as well. So, guys, I'm really, really excited, because I want the whole entire world for you guys to hear how these 2 gentlemen, like, have made such a big impact on my life. So, guys, just please stay tuned, because there's some wonderful things happening. Plus, on top of that, my wife, my lovely wife, Priscilla Michelle Martin, my hot mama, my Pookie baby. Guess what? She is going to be joining me more often, and, like, we're going to be doing more shows together, and which like, you guys are going to be getting an inside look into the good, the bad, the ugly, and the blessing that is marriage. And we are not going to pull no punches. We are going to be extremely blunt, very, very honest, and just be truthful, and just tell it like it is. Which I pray that through this, that we can help other married couples that are maybe struggling, other married couples that are maybe thinking about, hey, they are thinking about, like, maybe just giving up. And we want, like, to let you guys know that that is not the answer. That by having God as a foundation for your marriage, that you can get through absolutely anything. Because trust and believe. Me and my wife, we have currently gone through the 2 worst years of our marriage. Due to her having to deal, like, with me, because I haven't been the nicest guy, and, like, these emotional ups and downs, like the emotional hell that I put her through. She has seen, like, the bigger picture, and she sees, all right, my husband's struggling, but I'm going to stick by him because I love him. And she sees my heart. She sees my core and knows what I can be, who I can be, and where we can go together. And it's amazing because through all that chaos that we have gone through lately within the past couple years, we have gotten to the point now where things are starting to get better. Slowly but surely. I mean, we have our good days and bad days, but like, we're starting to get things back to where like they should be for some good reasons. And like, the number one reason is because I'm learning to let things go, and I'm learning not to take things out on her as much. Which, okay, if that didn't come out right, what I mean is that I'm learning to vent in a more constructive way, where it doesn't come off as me attacking her. Because I have a bad habit of, let's say that I come home from work, bad day, pissed off, and let's say that I start going off. I'm not necessarily yelling at her, but I'm yelling, screaming, and I'm frustrated, and it just happens that she's there to hear it. And it's not fair for her to have me come home every single night stressed out, and for her to hear that crap over and over and over, and for her to be like, okay, my nerves are shot already, staying home like with these kids constantly. So you can't tell me that what you're going through is any more difficult than what she's going through, and which you guys are going to hear this first. Like, the most difficult job in the world is being a stay-at-home mom. And if you guys disagree with that, please message me, and please tell my wife that, because I would love to hear that conversation. Because like, the greatest blessings that we get in our life, when given like the privilege, is our children, but they are the most challenging and the most difficult to manage. Okay, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I do have two fantastic kids, very, very well behaved, straight A students, stand up kids, great kids of God. But my son does have his days where he's got like his little attitude, where my wife is calling me at work saying, you need to talk to your son because he's not listening to me. And like there's times where that my son, he takes what like his mom does for granted, and which we all did that with our parents in one way, shape, or form growing up. My son is a teenager now, so he's starting to see things from like a different view, and like the main thing that we're trying to teach him now is to be grateful, and to be respectful, and to be appreciative of everything that you get. Because whether it's my wife working hard at home, or my wife physically taking care of me so I can get up and go to work every single day, there is a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot that my son doesn't see. So I mean, it's like a challenge on like a daily basis, because there's days that my son is like right on point with being good, with helping out and just doing that, and then there's days where he just absolutely doesn't give a shit. So, but I guess that's teenagers for you. And like my daughter, she's a great kid, very well behaved, but she sees the example that my son is setting when it comes to things like cleaning and stuff, and she's following that. So on days that my son doesn't, he's cleaning and he's busting like his butt, my daughter, she sits there and doesn't clean sometimes, and which, like, my son says to me, Dad, why is Angel not helping? And I say to him, you're the one that she looks up to the most, okay? Because she spends the most time with you. She's going to copy every single thing that you do, and down to cleaning. So, like, if she sees you not clean enough times, then guess what? She's going to get the impression that that wait a second, my brother doesn't clean sometimes, so I don't have to. So I tell him, you must show respect, appreciation, and you must show consistency on within every level of your life, because it starts here and it starts now. And I said to him that I'm proud of you showing that consistency at school. Straight A student, great at school. But in order for you to be a success, you got to do more than just school. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the effort. And one of the steps for that is respect. And it starts with respecting your parents. And then it branches out to your sister, your grandparents, your friends, on and on and on. And that really is, and that's really where, like, that begins. Because, like, my son said to me, Dad, I really want to join, like, the service. And he's thinking about, like, the Navy or the Air Force. And which I said to him, son, if you want to be successful in those areas, it starts at home. And it starts with something as simple as you starting your day and making your bed. That right there, as soon as you make that bed, that's one accomplishment that you started your day doing. And just imagine, you start your day doing that, and you have that mindset. Just imagine where you're going to be at the end of the day with God knows how many accomplishments. Just imagine all of the great people that you can run across that can see that those core values being instilled in you. And they will see that and think, that's a good kid. And that, let me teach my kids for them to be like that. And which I said to him, it all starts at home. And like, if you work hard now, and let's say you go into a ROTC program, straight A's, well behaved, very disciplined, you can go into the service straight out of high school as an officer, and you'll be set for life. And let's say that you want to leave after like a certain time. Your college will be paid for. And yes, it's scary yes, it's a little bit frightening for me to think about it. With a child that could be going into the service. But God, I'd be proud. Because both my grandfathers, they were in the service. They proudly served his country. My father was in the service. My brother is a 17-year veteran of the Navy. He is my personal hero. And it's just amazing what the massive impact that he's made on myself and God knows how many other people. All because of his selflessness and like his dedication for service. And it just blows me away. And which I tell people, if I didn't have like my physical disabilities, there's two dreams that I would have, and that is to go into the service and be a chaplain or be a pro wrestler. Okay, I know you guys are thinking, wow, like the both of those are kind of polar opposites, but it's just something about like the thing like that brings those two, like the similarities like with those two, like for me, is that you're serving people, okay? With like the military, you're serving your country on a daily basis by sacrificing for the greater good. Like with pro wrestling, you're serving fans by giving them like the best show possible, by going out of your way to make people not think about their lives for like those few hours at those shows I like to go to. Something that I've always wanted to do was go out of my way and be the most entertaining person possible, and just help those people relax, help them escape, and just make them realize, hey, life isn't all that bad. Yes, we do have our struggles. Yes, we do have our ups and downs. But like, there's ways to escape that, and which I know, like for me personally, is pro wrestling. So, that's why I would love to be involved in it. Plus, I have family in it as well. So, I mean, for all of you out there that know who it is, you know who it is. I don't want to go in like too much detail because honestly, I don't want it to be strictly about him, because my cousin, he's been gone for like the past 10 years, and it's a little bit of a touchy subject for me. So guys, I'm sorry, like, let's move on. But no, I'm just proud of my kids. I'm proud of my wife. Just things are starting to turn around for the better. Meaning, okay, I kind of went around like a long way to get to like a shortcut here. So basically what's going on is that one thing that like my God taught me is good things and bad things, like they come in threes. Okay, So I mean, like for me, like the bad things, it was first. It was first like my dad passing. Second, me nearly killing myself, and then like thirdly, my mom passing. And recently, some huge blessings, they have came in threes for me. First, all of the love and the support that I've had for like my surgery fund. Guys, thank you so much. So far, we've raised $915 of $3,000. Guys, we are a third of the way there. We've kind of stalled out a little bit because I haven't gotten a donation in like over a week. But guys, please don't give up. Please help, because like the sooner we get the cost covered, like the sooner that I can get my surgery, and like the sooner that I could be pain free. Which I don't mean to sound selfish, guys, but I'm in a lot of pain, and like every little bit would help. And but anyways, like the blessings that have come in threes. Like first, help with the surgery fund, okay, which led to the second one, which is I have starting on June 1st, I will be officially a paid podcaster. And you guys are thinking to yourself, wait a second, don't you already get paid? Yes, kinda. I get paid through Anchor, but the God honest truth is that I don't get paid jack squat for what I do, and for like the downloads that I do. So I mean, yes, I am still going to do stuff through Anchor, but my main outlets will be the Russo brand family, Google, it will be Spotify, it will be Apple, and the brand new network that I will be on, which I'm not going to name until June 1st. Sorry, guys. I can't do it yet. But you guys are going to be blown away. You're going to be blessed, and things are just going to get better from here. Okay? You guys think that you have been blessed now. You guys think that you have been inspired now. The people that I'm bringing on board will bless you beyond belief. It will be multiplied by 1,000, which of course I'm talking about Kevin, Tim, my wife, and a few other surprises. So guys, just stay tuned. And but like one person that I can mention that helped me get this deal all together was Mike Durban. And brother, thank you so much for all you do. You've gone above and beyond for me, and I just can't thank you enough. Man, from helping me get a deal with like a podcasting network to helping me raise a crap ton of money for like my surgery, to now you're helping me with like my t-shirt store, man. Thank you so much. And it's not just Mike, but it's also the guys at the Wrestling with Reality podcast and like the Rad Turtles Wrestling podcast. Guys, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. God, I'm grateful. And it's just, this is the beginning of a big thing that's going to happen. And it's crazy because last year, I was down in the dumps, and now I'm going up that mountain, and whoo, I'm excited. But no, like the third thing that's happening is that I just started a new job, and which for the people that know me, you know that I'm a very, very loyal guy, especially when it comes like the family and work, and basically what happened was that I was working for a corporation called Food Lion. They are a massive grocery store chain, and which I started 9 years ago as a bagger, and then I worked my way up to an assistant manager in the deli. And basically what happened was that like the growth stopped there, and what it led to was I started to become very complacent. I became very, very bitter and just extremely, I don't know, lukewarm, I guess you could say. Because first, let me be honest here, okay? Can you guys name me another store where the assistant manager does not close or does not work weekends and leaves the closing shifts for me to do 5+ days a week? Okay. I highly doubt that you guys work like that. Or if you do, and you know somebody like that, please let me know, because I've personally never heard of it. Because myself and like a fellow coworker of mine, we've been stuck with like the bulk of things for months, all due to certain things that are happening at work, like with people being able to make their own schedules and not work weekends and not close and all that, and it's quite frankly not fair. And like with me closing, I got burned out very, very quickly, because it's not fair that 5+ days a week I'm working from like 10 to 8, from 12 to 8, and by the time I get out of work, let's say that I want to take like my wife out to like a nice dinner or something like that. Here in South Carolina, most restaurants close at like 9 o'clock. So let's say we happen to get to like a restaurant. Well, normally they're getting ready to close. So I mean, there's like a few more examples, but like that's like a small one right there. So like that frustrated me right there. Secondly, as long as I've been working there, they just recently gave me a raise, which was literally 10 cents. That's right, guys, 10 cents. Yippee-ki-yay, 10 frickin' cents. But yet, they can afford for them to give my store manager a $10,000 to $15,000 bonus yearly, because of the work that we do, making him the money so he can get that bonus. Tell me if that's not fair. Which I get it, guys. You're gonna think to yourself, hey Chris, not everywhere is perfect. But this is my story, and by golly, this is what frustrates me. And like the certain manager like that's making these bonuses never recognize like the hard work that I put in. The only time that he spoke to me was whenever he needed something or he felt that I did something wrong. Never walked in, randomly said, "Hey man, how's your wife? How's your kids?" Nothing. And sorry, but like that just really bugs me because I know like when I work that I make a huge effort to get to know like the person and to learn about their likes, their dislikes, their kids, like their family. I mean, just I treat everybody at work like a family member because I see like that. But like my boss saw me as a number, a cog on the wheel. And between dealing like with closing constantly due to the favoritism that was given towards my other manager, then on top of my crappy raise, then to top it all off, there's a person that I just trained, and guess what? She's making more money than me. That's pretty much what the second to last thing like that pushed me over that pushed me over the edge. And it's like, really? How many times can you kick me in the balls before I get up and say enough is enough? Because for 9 years I've been stepped on. Because instead of me being able to move up, they have moved me sideways. Okay? Sideways. Because those opportunities for advancement, those are given to ones that fit the profile of, hey, they would look good in that position. Oh, hey, we're friends. Awesome. We get along great. So let's hang out. Just things like that. And your position with where you work should be judged off of your merit and your work ethic, not who you know. And just crap, that was frustrating on a daily basis. On a daily basis, the hypocrisy was disgusting. It was freaking disgusting. And that's what led to me. Oh wait, hold on a second. And like the final straw was with me being burnt out and me being very complacent and me being lukewarm. In the deli, I just quite frankly, I just wanted out. So I asked to be transferred to a different department. Okay? And which I was promised. Awesome, man. Like as soon as like a new spot comes open, you're shoo-in for it. It's like, okay, cool. And guess what? A couple weeks later, after I began working with this new department, the department manager, he walks up to me saying, "Hey Chris, I'm sorry buddy, but we hired 3 people and you don't have a spot no more." So basically they wanted me to go back and be miserable and just shut up and be grateful that I had a job. I'm sorry, but I don't work that way. And like my wife has told me, what's the point in you being loyal to a company that's not loyal to you back? and for me, it was loyalty and fear, like the fear of change, and like the fear of doing something different, that stopped me from moving companies. Okay, I mean, guys, don't get me wrong, they gave me paid vacation, they gave me holiday pay, sick pay, a 401k, but is it worth me being miserable over? I mean, and I mean honestly, and it wasn't. So I mean, and so like that crap was the final straw. So I started looking for like a new job that like would pay me better and that like would quite frankly treat me good. Okay? And Walmart, and which is crazy as it sounds, guys, Walmart was the company that came into play. Because I was praying about it, thinking to myself, all right, maybe I should give this a shot. I put in the application. Guess what? Within a day, they set up an interview with me. Within 30 minutes of me doing that interview, they gave me the job, which I'm a supervisor for the money center at Walmart now. Plus I help with the customer service. So and it's crazy because I'm making $2 more per hour than what I was making. A guaranteed full-time job, okay? Not fluctuating hours like I was dealing with, and the benefits are fantastic. And you know how that I was talking to you guys about like the bonuses like the managers get at Food Line, and like the workers don't see shit. Well, guess what? Walmart, every 90 days, the workers get bonuses. We get quarterly bonuses. So guess what? The wealth is shared. You want your morale to be decent at your company, then treat your workers like they're worth a damn. You treat them. You need to treat them like family. You need to show them love. You need to show them respect and pay them a fair wage. And guess what? You'll see a massive difference. And it's crazy that people respected me so much at Food Line, non-managers, that 5 of my coworkers at Food Line, they are moving over to my store now because they've realized through my example that they don't have to put up with that crap, that they deserve to be treated better. And it's crazy to think that I meant so much to those people. So I mean, I'm flattered, and God, I'm grateful. I really, really am. And for the first time in years, I'm genuinely happy to get up to go to work. I have a huge smile on my face. I mean, don't get me wrong, me having to get up early and go to work, that kind of sucks because I'm so used to like working at night. But well, like not night, but like 10, 12, I mean like those times. But like but it's just amazing knowing that I can walk to work every day, being excited, and just knowing that I'm gonna have a good day, knowing that I'm gonna be treated right, knowing that I'm going to be paid decently. I mean, God, it's such a good feeling. And I sincerely pray that that everybody listening to this, that you can get that feeling and that sense of calm and that sense of peace, because that's made like a huge difference, not only with me being at peace, but it's also helped me with my marriage. It has helped me with being a dad. I mean, just so many things, all due to the fact that I'm happier at work, and I'm appreciated, and I'm not as stressed out. So yeah, guys, just I really needed to get this stuff off my chest tonight, and just speak about good, positive things that are happening, and venting good positivity, some negative things, just life in general lately. But for like the most part, things are starting to turn around, which I'm just blown away by God's timing. I mean, and it's kind of like God always comes through at the perfect time, no matter what. So, guys, there's a bright future ahead for me, for my wife, for my children, for you guys. As long as you believe, God will bless you with so much. And I know it sounds cheesy and very cliche, but I promise you guys, if you give God a chance, you will not regret it, because it'll be the best decision that you've ever made. Because He can literally take any bad situation and turn it for good. That's like with me. Down in the dumps, depressed, wanted to end my life. And now I wake up every morning thanking God that I'm alive because of so many great things. Because God used those dark times for me to not only bring me closer to Him, but to make me realize and see and to appreciate what I do have. And then as soon as I show God that appreciation and being grateful, He says, all right, well, cool. Now we can give you more. If you can handle me and be there with me through the good, through the bad, and not curse me, then I will reward you for the good. And it's just, God, things are starting to turn up very, very good. But no, guys, from the bottom of my heart, when it comes to everybody in my life, with the love, with the support, just thank you so much. From my wife to my kids to Vince Russo, to Miss Chantel Air, to Vito, to Noel, to Mike Durban, to the Wrestling with Reality guys, to the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast guys, to Matt Coon, to, I mean, just on and on and on, guys. Thank you so much for your love and your support. It's just amazing. Oh yeah, and just a quick side note. When it comes to things like the current product or the current state of wrestling, okay, especially with the WWE, they just recently came out with the 24/7 title, which is the 2019 Snowflake version of the Hardcore title. Alright? My view on that is awesome. that's going to add some excitement to the show, okay? But my question is that whenever like that novelty wears off, then what? How many belts or band-aids can you throw on the product, and like how many millions of people do you have to lose before you realize that the people writing the show suck? Okay? From what I hear, there are over 20 plus writers for Raw and SmackDown. Okay? And there could be like a bunch of good ideas. But if it's ultimately going to be filtered, and if it's ultimately going to be mandated by Vince McMahon, who says yes or no, and 9 times out of 10 does what he wants regardless, then what the hell is the purpose of writers? And which I know a lot of you wrestling fans aren't going to like to hear this, especially the ones that love the flip-flop and fly crap. But it's been proven. Wrestling shows that have longer matches draw lower ratings. Okay? Because wrestling just isn't what goes on between the ropes. It is what it's about what happens before, the story that leads up to the match, and the writers are supposed to be there so they can give us reasons for why we should care when it comes to these wrestlers and why they have a conflict. And it's sad because every Monday and Tuesday on Raw and SmackDown, there's no threads that go through these shows no more. There's no cliffhangers. They're literally standalone episodes with very, very vague storytelling. And it's not the wrestlers' fault, okay? I just want to say that like right now, okay? It's just frustrating that which this has been proven, the WWE cares more about making their brand bigger than making stars, okay? Because they've realized that making stars like Stone Cold and John Cena and The Rock and the Undertaker, that they can survive on their own without the WWE backing them up. They don't want that no more. They want wrestlers that are solely reliant on them. That's why you'll never see big stars ever again, and you'll see them very plain, very vanilla, very generic. And no offense, but I like bigger guys. And I like guys that look like superheroes, not guys that look like my mailman or look like my local cashier at Walmart. Because I watch wrestling so I can escape reality and see people that are not like me. So that's my 2 cents on that, guys. The writing sucks, and there's no consistency. And I definitely hope and pray that they fix that, because back in the day, from 1998 through roughly about 2004, every Monday night I couldn't wait to watch. Every Thursday night, God, God, I was excited. Because wrestling back then, like, was must-watch TV. And now, I literally fast-forward through it within 30 minutes. Both shows. And I simply just watch it out of habit. And that's sad. Guys, that's really sad. That's why I pray that with AEW that they will shake things up and they will take some of the WWE's fans. That way, like the WWE, they could, I don't know, panic a little bit and think maybe we shouldn't rest on our laurels. Maybe we should become elite again. No pun intended. Because not since the Attitude Era has the WWE had that fire where they wanted to truly be the best. There's been a monopoly on the business, and they figure, well, hell, like there's no other alternative. So like the fans can either watch us or watch nothing major at all. So hopefully, like with AEW, that can wake them up a little bit. So guys, that is my wrestling thought for the week. Also, to those people on Twitter that want to speak negatively about Disco Inferno, saying that he's not entertaining, that he can't wrestle. Guys, check the ratings. Hands down, Disco Inferno, he is the highest rated wrestler on Impact Wrestling. Back in the day of like the Monday Night Wars, his segments by themselves were rated higher than any show that is around today. That's a star right there. But unfortunately, you guys judge wrestlers solely on how many stars that they can get and not whether they can get heat or get a reaction or whether they could tell a story. And that's what you call a mark. Yes, I am a mark for wrestling, which I will fully admit that. But I'm a mark for storytelling as well. And yes, sports entertainment. That's what I'm a mark for. Because that's wrestling, storytelling, and entertainment all wrapped up into one. And on my next edition of Inspired with Christopher, we will be talking about trolls. That's right. Trolls on Twitter, Facebook, you name it. People that have no lives and people that have nothing better to do than tear others down. Will you join me? And not this edition, but the next edition of Inspired with Christopher will be up in my new home. Or this might be up in my new home soon. I don't know. It's up to you guys. But anyways, thank you so much for your time. And I pray that you guys have a safe, blessed, joyous, and a wonderful week. And thank you for stopping by. And thank you for listening to me. I hope that I've inspired you today. And I hope that I've gotten you thinking how your choices make a difference, good or bad. Alright guys, thank you. God bless, and have a wonderful night or day, depending on when you listen to this. Bye-bye.